Easy Explained Creative Evolution by Henri Bergson, Chapter 3, The Meaning of Life, Part 2, The Form of Intelligence. So we're going to continue to get deeper into this metaphysical pragmatism here, how intelligence actually takes form. Let's look at what's operating behind evolution itself. Let's give evolution as a process some deeper meaning. So here Bergson says that all life, animal and vegetable, seems in its essence like an effort to accumulate energy and then to let it flow into flexible channels, changeable in shape, at the end of which it will accomplish infinitely varied kinds of work. Biodiversity, right? That is what the vital impetus, the elan vital, right, the life force, passing through matter would fain do all at once. It would succeed, no doubt, if its power were unlimited, or if some reinforcement could come to it from without. But the impetus is finite. It has been given once for all. It cannot overcome all obstacles. The movement it starts is sometimes turned aside, sometimes divided, sometimes opposed, and the evolution of the organized world is the unrolling of this conflict. Think back to Hegel here, right? This is similarly Hegelian. If we think of the world spirit, the Geist, kind of coming to its own realization as history continues to unfold. Similar thing here with the elan vital, right? It exists, it is, but it's not this all-powerful thing. It can be influenced. Things can happen to it, right? So that's kind of what we're seeing here for Bergson. So let's look at this as the great river of life. Bergson says the great river of life divides itself, flowing through the body of humanity. The movement of the stream is distinct from the riverbed, although it must adopt its winding course. Consciousness is distinct from the organism it animates, although it must undergo its vicissitudes. Moving on to the third one here, let's just keep going with this theme of consciousness and intelligence, how those forces relate. So consciousness is essentially free. It is freedom itself. Also a Hegelian. It cannot pass through matter without settling on it, without adapting itself to it. This adaptation is what we call intellectuality. And the intellect, turning itself back toward active, that is to say free consciousness, naturally makes it enter into the conceptual forms into which it is accustomed to see matter fit. Right? So matter is not the same thing as these conscious, intelligent forces. Intelligence is coming as a manifestation of the elan vital itself, entering into the form of matter, right? It's kind of imbuing it here. So, Bergson would actually be a dualist in a Cartesian sense here, like mind and body are actually, they're going to be united. There's duality, but they are going to be separable as well. So let's consider what that means then beyond death. So Bergson would say that the whole of humanity, in space and in time, is one immense army galloping beside and before and behind each of us in an overwhelming charge, able to beat down every resistance and clear the most formidable obstacles, perhaps even death. Right? Very metaphysical here, thinking about existence beyond the forms of matter and what that could mean for consciousness, intelligence, the elan vital itself. So pretty deep here to wrap up chapter 3, but for now, I hope this helps.